Phuket's gonna be kind of like the fun workplace where you get stuff that you really want, like a dinghy, new sails, a water maker, yeah! I'm excited for when we leave Phuket, all the stuff that we might have on board. We'll see how the actual marina is. It could be probably pretty hot, and all the marinas here seem to be up these like rivers and in these little like
I'm Ben, that's Ashley. Together, we did the unimaginable. We sold everything and then set off on a mission to sail around the world.
civilization. See you later.
28 countries later and over 25,000 nautical miles, we are only halfway around the world.
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Subscribe to follow the adventure as we finish this lap. We find ourselves once again in a marina, but this time we're floating. Over the past few months, we focused on all the high priority tasks that were below the waterline. And now we're focusing on, well, the high priority tasks that are above the waterline.
Thank you.
Heavy. There goes our cylinder head. We're resting the whole top of our engine, dude. This is all in preparation to embark on the second half of our circumnavigation, which will take us to places that have no spare parts nor specialists to fix things.
How'd that go?
Well, we're checked in at $100 a night. I don't think.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. 25.
I thought it was 70.
No, it's 2,500 per day, BAT, which is about $100 Canadian a night.
That's more than we were paying for an apartment.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Willa, you're getting pretty tall, sweetheart. You stealing Dad's list? Should we put it back?
Keep having to move my sticky notes higher and higher. Hey, you pulling them off? What's this?
We have water maker people here, fridge technicians here, and the engine mechanics. So the boat's busy. This is what we came here to do, and I'm pretty stoked. It's all coming together. It's Monday morning. 9:50. We're already getting started. It works. Yeah. This one, no.
You're mixing elbow a little bit.
Dirty?
No, it's start leaking.
Oh, okay. Did the piston get damaged?
No.
No.
Stop! Turn it off.
So the valve just sticks
The valve stick and push.
and
Push rods cannot push down. Why that is bent?
Ah, there's the push rod. See that push rod? The valve did not hit the piston. The valve simply got stuck, and then the push rod could not push it, and then the push rod bent. So that's good news. The freshwater pump is going to be replaced. The raw water pump is going to be replaced, and the seal on the crankshaft is also going to be replaced. I think that's it. I think that's it. What do you think?
I'm sure it looks worse than it is. We've never had this much off the top of the engine before. This is also the first time we've ever had a mechanic work on these engines, so if you only have to have a mechanic, a real mechanic, do this once every, 6 years, I think we're doing pretty good. I'm okay with this.
But let me show you what's happening down here. The guys are just putting in a bracket for the water maker. Basically, the water maker is going to be mounted to the engine, so it has the same vibration as the engine. So our big 40 horsepower diesel is going to power the water maker, which is going to make us a lot of water, 200 liters an hour. Our water tank's only 300 liters, so that's like a lot of water I can spray anywhere.
Ben's having wet dreams.
And that's an amazing tattoo. I think this will be done. You think done tonight? Finished tonight? No. Tomorrow.
tomorrow 100%. Tomorrow 100%.
Tonight we finish 90%.
Have a little bit, maybe I bring some post my office
Oh, okay.
to tank, and then little bit.
Yeah, no worries. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow 100%.
Tomorrow we drink a lot of water.
Oh.
Okay, I think we have to take a little break here. Let me find Ashley. Hold on. So I'm editing this video and I'm thinking people are gonna have two questions. One, why did we hire so many trades? Why not do it ourselves? And two, where does the money come from?
So normally we do all the work ourselves. We're budget sailors, I guess you can call it, and everyone likes to be frugal out here when they're sailing around the world.
It's not cheap, it's frugal. I think that's the right word. So who did we hire? We hired a water maker tech to install the water maker. We hired mechanics to fix the engine and service them. And we hired fridge technicians to, well, fix the fridges.
We've already missed the proverbial boat when it comes to the season for crossing in the northern Indian Ocean. So our passage plan is totally out the window. We're already over a month behind, and we're looking at probably another month here.
Our entire timeline is driven by seasons. We're under the gun to get out of here before monsoon season starts. There's been already a couple of torrential rainstorms, and they're just gonna keep increasing as we get into April here. So, yes, again, we could have done it all ourselves, but we would have been here next year.
When you hire experts, they take it away to their shops, they have all the tools they need, they have help. It takes them half the time, if not way less than half the time as it would take you.
Right now, the main concern is getting south of the equator from Thailand before the real monsoon season kicks in, because to get there, we're gonna encounter headwinds, and headwinds and a boat do not mix well. So it is a scramble right now to get out of the marina, to get everything fixed, to get everything working. And in order to do that, we need to hire help. The other thing to mention with all of these trades was we're in Thailand. And in Thailand, yes, parts are more expensive, but labor rates are quite reasonable.
They're about a quarter to a third of what the rates are in the United States for the same skilled labor.
Also have to realize this is an ocean-going vessel, an offshore vessel, and it's not the same as driving your VW bus down the road and then being able to pull over. So you dot your T's, you cross your I's, and yeah.
Or vice versa.
So where does the money come from?
Right. We had a budget for this refit. We've been putting some of our clams away over the last year and saving up for what we knew were costs. The rig was a known cost. The water maker was an assumed cost. I think we were looking at prices in the United States, and then when you have it imported into Thailand, it kind of goes up. So we did not have the budget for that.
So with all of these increased costs or unforeseen costs, where does the money come from?
You asking me?
Yeah.
We had to go back to what we hate to do, and basically debt. So a lot of this has gone on our credit card, and the credit card is being paid off by a line of credit, which is a low interest line of credit, and we will pay it off slowly. Once we get out cruising, our costs go way down.
Way down.
Like all it is groceries, and there's not very many grocery places to shop at. So basically you have hardly any costs once you're out sailing.
So when you're doing a refit, basically what happens is it's like a tsunami. At the end of a tsunami, it just sucks everything out to sea, including your wallet, including everything you have.
Your soul, your will to live. Refits are so hard, and they're hard they're hard mentally because it's like a lot. I don't know why. Why are they so freaking hard mentally? It's like you just want to get going maybe, and we're still waiting around for stuff.
It's not fun to spend money. Even though we're happy, fun, go, lucky on camera, it's actually not that much fun behind the camera to spend as much money as we've been spending, both for hiring trades, for buying parts, and spending the time in the marinas that we really don't want to spend time in.
Yeah, and the cost of being in there to get the people on board, like, it just all kind of, it just all piles up. It's like a mental, like, I don't know why, you just get down a little bit.
It's a mental
Suck.
fog that settles on you as you are about halfway through the refit, and it's like the hardest part is coming out through the back end of the refit. It's just,
Oh, the other thing that was unforeseen is the gel coat work.
yeah.
Like, that's incredible. So we had one of the trades we had on board in Port Tacoma damaged some of the gel coat. It wasn't intentional as far as we can figure out, but it was, you know, accidental damage. It was significant, and we were trying to have it repaired, and the first attempt they did isn't working, so now we have to go back in. And this is at our cost too, so that's a huge cost that we had that we did not anticipate again. It's like damage to your boat. So there's a lot going on, and this stuff gets you super down. Like, it's just like, I don't know, it's like you're beholden to like these people and you can just see it as you add up the days that you're in the marina and the time that it's taking for these people to like finish the work. You're like, when are they gonna be done? How much money is this gonna cost me?
Should we end it on a high note? Because it's been a bit serious here.
Yeah, and I mean, it is serious. It's serious when you're in it. But really, you do this because it's all about the end game, and the end game is getting out sailing. And we're about to get out sailing. The light is like shining bright at the end of the tunnel. We're almost done. And when we're done, we get to go out and see amazing cultures, amazing places. We get to cross oceans, and the boat's safe, and you feel comfortable with it. And it's worth it. It really is worth it.
Yep.
And the costs,
Yep.
you will pay them off, because as soon as you get out of these areas where there's shops and trades and all these things, you can't spend money. And your costs go to nothing.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah, and by explaining all these things, what we're trying to say is we're just like you guys. We have money issues. We have probably some depression issues. But that's the game that you gotta play. I can already imagine catching my next mahi-mahi. I can imagine...
I want a tuna.
Tuna, sure, you can have a tuna if you want a tuna. I can imagine taking Willa on our first ocean crossing. That's going to be incredible. I can imagine freediving again and kiteboarding, and there's so much out there.
It's so worth it. It's just a matter of getting through these kind of like humps, and then you gotta go. And it's been a while since we've had a big hump like this.
Yep, it's been about
3 years.
3 years.
2.5.
Since New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it happens. This is an ongoing thing. If you think you're gonna come out here and never do a refit, you have maybe a brand new boat. And maybe plan to buy a brand new boat every 5 years. But otherwise, if you're on an older boat like ours, there are things that are gonna come up. So we're looking at least another month here, which is totally fine. We're gonna get some cruising in between, and we're really stoked on seeing a bit of Thailand. And then our plan now is to head south, and south of the equator and cross the southern Indian Ocean. In what form that takes, I'm not sure. When we actually leave, I'm still not sure. Yeah, there's a lot we're not sure about right now. But we're stoked. It's almost happening.
Super stoked
Super duper stoked.
to be leaving in probably about 4 weeks.
Yeah, 1 month.
Yeah.
Let's do that, man.
Just to give you an idea how busy it's been, I actually am editing this on the day this video is going live. Sometimes I'm doing it to the 9th hour, and I'm literally hitting upload and hitting publish, and you guys watch it, so it's more than real time. It's basically live. All right, back to the video. This fan has been amazing. We bought this fan for 60 bucks because we don't have air conditioning, and it really does cool off the boat, and it doesn't draw that much amperage, so it's kind of nice. It's sometimes really hard to film, if you haven't noticed. Here, do you want some tape? Tape. Have some tape. It's really good tape. Okay, and if you get bored of that, here's a screwdriver. You can jab your eye out with that. Yeah, There you go. Yeah, stick it in your eyeball. Back at the engine is the water maker. Can you see it? So that's our engine. That's the water maker. That's the...
What did Dad give you?
Can you take it away from her? She's banging it on the floor.
What were you thinking? Giving a screwdriver to a baby? I heard that.
I've been down, I've been everywhere, but I'm alright now, I'm alright. I nearly drowned in my own despair, but I'm alright now, yeah. Baby, you can turn the